Hi, I'm Susie.
And I'm Robin.
Today we're in Ottawa and it's a little rainy.
And we're the Pants Project.
We set off across Canada in search of individuals who were creating positive change within their communities.
It started as an idea after my graduation. I knew that I wanted to have my own impact on my community, but I wasn't too sure about how to go about it. So Robin and I did just that. For 46 days, traveling across Canada, talking to multiple people to ask the question, how can one create change?
And here's what we learned from our trip. Our trip began with our launch party held the day before our first day of driving. All of our friends and family came out to help send us off on our trip.
Our first stop was in Abbotsford, BC, where we met up with Anna Soper and Joel Primus. We talked to them about their charity, Project World Citizen.
Hi.
Just to start out, can you guys just tell us about what Project World Citizen is and how you got started?
Do you want to field this one, Anna?
All right. I first traveled to Ghana in 2008. I saw that there was a need in the community that I was working in. When I was there, I lived in an orphanage with like 15 to 20 kids, and I was, I guess, a teacher at the school. So came back to Canada and was talking with Joel, and we decided that we would address those needs with Project World Citizen. So we started to develop our first project, which is the computer lab in Ghana.
But really no computers exist outside of the capital city. So even if the youth decide to engage in education, they're not given access to the computers, so they can't go to university anyway because they don't have that access. So they're limited to that, and then, what do they do after they're done school? Well, money is always the hardest thing when you're starting a charity, because there's a million charities and there's a million different projects, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, you
want to stand out.
Yeah, you want to be different. You want to be unique, and I think we've tried to be very simple and very focused and very cost-effective with our project. One simple thing, like a computer lab, could change the course of however many lives over the years, and that hopefully will build. Well, team up with somebody, find somebody who is like-minded, because two minds are absolutely better than one.
Like, for people watching our documentary, what do you hope to show them and what people to bring back from it, other than learning about Project World Citizen?
Well, I don't think we're necessarily worried about building this charity that everybody knows about. I think it's more or less, if you watch this documentary, you can see that we're just two normal college students, and anyone can really do it. Just say, okay, well, even if it doesn't even have to be, well, from some exotic country. It can be right here, but don't be afraid to start it.
How'd you think the interview went?
It was really good.
Yeah?
I was a bit nervous going in, interviewing.
This is our first one, so it's always gonna be nervous. Like, what they've done is one thing and how great it is, but like just to meet them and to see they're actually such nice people, and they just sort of fell into it in the way that a lot of other people could do.
I really like that too, and it's like the little things that like go together and make you who you are and make like whatever your life going on. It's because of like
change your mind.
Our next stop was Vancouver, British Columbia, where we stopped to talk with Mark Vanesh, the organizer of Real Youth at the Kayak Community Center.
Can you tell me a little bit about Real Youth?
Real Youth is a nonprofit organization that I started 4 years ago, and it basically came out of the idea that youth are not often heard in our culture, especially in the media. And the media is something that is generally made at youth, for youth to consume. And we think that youth have a powerful voice within media and that they have ideas that need to be heard.
Yeah, we
work with young people that wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity to speak up about issues they care about. Our programs give an opportunity for youth to make change through the media, and the programs are meant to be so the process is empowering, that they're getting leadership skills and exploring issues they care about in a deeper way, but it's also about connecting those films and those ideas to their community. So we produce and we distribute the films. Well, before I started, I didn't even know how to write a grant. I just knew that I enjoyed youth filmmaking. I'd done some volunteering with it before, and so it was a huge learning curve of like, how do I fund an organization? How do I make it work as a job, not as just, and then developing the program, like how do you engage a group of young people?
So what has working with these youth taught you about yourself or about youth in general?
Hearing, like especially in that last group right there, hearing the personal stories of what young people go through gives me compassion and gives me just a lot of love for them, and see that having these young people tell their stories and share, in this case their challenges and what they've been through, in a way to help other young people heal, it inspires me to continue doing the work. I can see that it's working. I can see the weight being lifted off shoulders when their story is being told.
This is just to say that you are not alone.
Well, right now, I think it's in quite a sad place between global warming and the wars.
That they're focused on themselves and not actually about others.
Technology has taken over beliefs, and we lose a lot of our values that kind of gave us a reason to do things in the first place.
I think the biggest problem in the next 20 years is going to be the energy crisis. I think there's going to be a big shortage. I think there's going to have to be a big concentration on sustainable energy in the next 20 years.
I can say it's going somewhere good enough. We have like good influences around us right about now. Like, even though like the economy can say it's going down, but we're learning from what is happening. We can push ourselves to avoid this situation again. It's learning from our mistakes.
My grandson asked me that the other day. He said, do you think the earth is going to last? It makes me sad. And I said, all I can do is say hope. I hope so.
Plain Jane, plain is beautiful. Plain Jane.
At Granville Island,
Vancouver.
for our last stop in British Columbia, we played a bit of soccer with Gavin Hollett. He is the founder of Opportunitas Equa.
The organization that started is called Opportunitas Equa, Latin for equal opportunity. And basically what we do is we use soccer to help build stronger communities for war-affected youth. It didn't actually start out like that. It started out as an idea to basically just use soccer as a means to help children who were underprivileged or disadvantaged. The point of the camp isn't to teach kids soccer, it's to help them reconnect and re-engage in their community.
Like when you first started, was it really hard, like starting your own organization, starting a charity?
Oh, for sure. It was brutal, and it still is, in terms of the amount of energy and time that you need to put in, and especially because none of us at this point get paid, and I'm putting in full-time hours. You got to be willing to commit to. And I'm not saying that it's not doable or that people should be afraid or thrown off by that, but I'm just saying that it's not easy. I would suggest one piece of advice. I'd say make sure you know what you stand for and what you want to do. So really have a clear goal in mind and spend a lot of time researching what else is out there that's trying to work towards the same thing. Well, I've got a lot more patience now. I've developed a much bigger tolerance for dealing with frustrating activities and events, failures, you know, on a small scale. You know, we've had to, and I've had to just like plug through so many denials, so many downs. I've really found that I've got a better idea of kind of how to stay on my feet, regardless of how great I feel or how crappily I feel, or how difficult things are or how good things are. Being able to kind of manage all that has been something that I've learned for sure.
I love that I get paid to change the world.
Well, I work for peace.
A movie in 9th grade called Pay It Forward, and if you can help someone out, just pay it forward, you know.
I think it would be very satisfactory to know that you've made a difference.
You don't need to get paid. It's not what it's about there. It's all just about the enjoyment. You want to be there, you want to set something up, get someone smiling for you. It makes you feel good too, you pass it around. It's no need for any payment at all.
In Medicine Hat, Alberta.
As we made our way back east, we met up with Benjamin Jordan, founder of Above and Beyond Canada in Virden, Manitoba.
Yeah, so Above and Beyond Canada is so many different things. Above and Beyond Canada is me doing what I'm most afraid of, and at the same time living out my big dream. Above and Beyond Canada is setting a world distance record for powered paragliding. And Above and Beyond Canada is a chance for lots of kids that Canadian kids that wouldn't be able to go to camp due to financial constraints to go to summer camp next year and for many years to come. We got the nerve together to put this event on this summer, and it looked like me launching on May 15th a powered paraglider from the small surfing town of Tofino on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, and flying 10,000 kilometers all the way out to St. John's, Newfoundland by this device, which is literally no more than a parachute with a lawnmower engine strapped to your back with a propeller. And hopefully with the media that I'm able to generate from these events, I'll interest some of the larger bookstores in these major centers to pick me up for signing events, and then I'll be able to do a better job of distributing the material and hopefully sell a lot more copies and raise a lot more funds through that. What inspires me the most in life is fear. Fear is awesome. Fear is my guiding light. Fear is telling me what is bigger than me, and fear just makes sure that I know which direction to walk towards, you know, when I get lost. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUD. As human beings have this incredible knack for imagining a worst case scenario. I would love to do this amazing thing. Oh, but okay, now you've got all these worst case scenarios and they're on your head, and you're never going to get off the ground with that kind of attitude. My worst case scenario probably isn't very substantial, and that I should just take these dirty pancakes off of my brain and, you know, think positive thoughts and move forward.
So as like the main organizer of Above and Beyond, are there any tips you can give to people wanting to start their own nonprofits in their own communities?
If you don't think that you can do it, then the good news is that you're absolutely wrong. Absolutely anything is possible, and that if you truly believe in what you're interested in doing, you know, whether it's flying